there, it's Lindsay. Please make yourself comfy for this. I know this probably doesn't apply to you if you're watching this video, but maybe you can passive-aggressively send this to a friend. So there's a trend that I have noticed in the past few years. It's a phenomenon, to be quite honest. It's an attitude I get when I see one of my friends post anything about current events whatsoever on my newsfeed, and I'm here to put an end to it right now. And that is, and hear me out, you're not better than anyone else just because you're woke. Whew, the tea is scalding today. Everyone's done this at least once, so I'm not talking about anybody in particular. Actually, no, there's a couple people that I'm talking about in particular, but I'm not gonna tell them that because I'm gonna get punched in the face. But there are a few people who do it quite often, so much so that I would think it's their full-time job, but it's definitely not. These are people who post frequently on their social medias, various articles, videos, photos, etc. about a topical event or a subject with somewhat good intentions. But it's often fueled by this constant need of approval and people being like, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. That's a very old reference. That's probably older than me. And sometimes it's about something that you've like never heard of. Like it's about something that you don't think is an issue, but it's like kind of is to like two people. It could be anything like a critique against a political figure, or it could be something super obscure. It's aggravating and defeats the purpose of a point that you're so desperately trying to make. I think it's a side effect of being on the internet for so long and knowing you have so much information readily available to you at all times. And you're like, well, I mean, if I could have access to this and if I could read this, well, obviously I'm better than everyone else because I thought to do this. I'm talking research papers, news articles, and think pieces written by some introverted writer in Brooklyn. That alone creates some superiority in some people's heads. Just because you read some random article on Medium doesn't mean you are the end-all be-all friend in a friend group. Stop doing this. When it becomes apparent that you're trying to educate someone to belittle them and not to make them a better person, and not because you think that you are equal but actually above them, then you lose credibility. Also, sometimes their argument usually involves something like this. Well, actually, if you do X, insert whatever problem here, then you're part of the problem. Or like something sarcastic like, it's cute that you think that way. Or something like, you should re-examine your life. Or they'll like butt into other people's conversations that have like nothing to do with them and like insert them into drama, and then they won't leave ever. And then they try to play the victim like they're on SVU trying to cover up some murder. Having an ego because of like how woke you are is such a huge turnoff. I'm more talking in like a friendship scenario, not like a romantic scenario, but I'm pretty sure it's like that kind of applies in a romantic scenario. If you post another Huffington Post article going like, I've known this all along, or like, this is something no one freaking gets, but I do because of X, Y, and Z. And like that is not a good conversation starter. Who's gonna want to share anything that you have to say if you just don't care about the people you're sharing this with? They will definitely not share this with family or friends or anybody that can maybe possibly bring any sort of influential change to this issue that you care about. And who all will see your 4-paragraph long rant on vaccines? Just you and your grandma. That's about it, because everyone else will have blocked you. And instead of being productive with your well-written 4-paragraph long rant, you've only created an argument that's going to take up the rest of your Wednesday night because you will be fighting. Also, I've come to realize after chatting with these people that I have in mind, the more aggressive someone is, the more likely they're hiding some insecurities. It's like that clip from SpongeBob, this one.
People talk loud when they want to act smart, right? Correct!
Also, this is the type of person who takes everything personally. Just one time I scrolled past an article about like service dogs, which also wasn't from a reliable source, but we're not gonna get into that now. Anyway, so I commented on it getting some clarification because of some other info that I've gotten from actual official sources of people who actually have service dogs. And this girl then went over to Twitter, she subtweeted me like an adult, and the tweet went something like this. Oh my god, I'm coughing. It's just so hard for people to be nice sometimes. This left me more dumbfounded than the finale of How I Met Your Mother. That wasn't even me being a bully. I mean, if you want me to be a bully, then like tell me, cause like you haven't even seen it yet. I'm sure you think you're being helpful and brave with your excessive rants, but you are not either of those things at all. Not even close. Also, rudely headbutting your way into other people's conversations, like after eavesdropping, is not helpful. I'm sure everything you say and do has some attitude of like, I did it, I made a difference for a better tomorrow. You're building a worse yesterday. Does that make any sense? Probably not, but who cares? Just stick with me here. Probably looking at this and going, hey Lindsay, why don't you block these people? And I would, but I need writing inspiration for things like this. So here are my suggestions for how not to be a jerk when trying to prove to people how woke you are. Number 1, read the entire article. This is a step a particular person likes to miss a lot. Number 2, don't be aggressive. No passive aggressiveness, be approachable. Stop acting like the kids you babysit. You're not in middle school anymore. Also be calm when stating your opinion. And also like go easy on the caps lock. Like no one wants to see just a status that's just, whoa, like a lot to take in. Listen. Like actually listen and then think about it and then respond, because that's how people have conversations. I don't know if you knew that, but like that's what adults tend to do. And also another piece of advice, maybe you don't need to have an opinion on everything. What a crazy thing to say. What a crazy idea. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. You can like the video and subscribe to me. And you can also share the video and comment on it if you liked it a lot. You can hit the notification bell every time I upload a new video, which is pretty cool. I'm here every Wednesday. You can find me on my social media down below. And I will see you all next time. Bye.